Hey guys, questions for Rolly?
Rolly, first of all, congratulations on this huge victory. Just walk through us the whole 12 rounds and you knocked them out.
Yeah, I knocked him down the second round. Yeah. You know, he's strong, you know, he has a good left hook, you know, and, you know, the one time he opened up, you know, I cracked him and he didn't open up at all the rest of the fight.
This is now Bell in the third division. Do you think it's just incredibly underrated, just a career minimum?
They're always going to underrate me because I'm not one of these prospects that started boxing, that had a following and all that stuff. They're fresh out the amateurs, they promoted them like, oh, this is the next big thing, yada, 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 all that stuff. At the end of it, I've done this 3 times. Three different divisions. I'm a 3-time world champion, and this might actually be the biggest, the most attended fight card in boxing history. And I did it on this night.
Saquon Jones with the boxing voice. Your advisor in the crowd kept saying, hold the phone the whole night. Did you hear him? And second, that kind of stopped you from throwing more rights the whole time because you had that right the whole time up. So.
I'll tell you guys something. Actually, I didn't warm up properly, and in the back room, I threw like one of these weird uppercuts right from far away, and I messed up my shoulder, so I didn't want to even risk it. The one time I threw like slow, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And I mean, shoot, the whole boxing commission sees like my massage girl literally massaging it for like the next, so it might have made it a little weaker.
I mean, you actually had a chance to catch him with more left hooks and more lefts than he caught of you. How did it feel to like? He
didn't, after I dropped him, he did not take a single
no,
rest.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how did it feel to catch him with his best punch, but you were hitting him with his best punch?
Don't hook with a hooker.
Rolly, Kevin Garcia with FightHype. You know, after your last 2 fights before this one, the Barboza fight, the Pitbull fight, people started talking about you in a different way, you know, maybe putting you in a position that you were a gatekeeper or something like that. What do you think this fight means, and what kind of statement does it make for you to be Ryan Garcia in the fashion that you did?
Let me dismiss everything with Barboza. Barboza is still by far the hardest hitter I've ever been in the ring with. I got him on a 2-week notice. I was getting ready for Puello, you know, and you get a complete opponent change. You know, Puello's not known really as a puncher like that. And you get a dude that literally has 24 wins with 22 knockouts that comes forward. And I still adjusted little by little after a whole year layoff in a new weight division. So everyone, you guys know, and then he goes on and knocks out O'Hara Davis. Everyone thinks that he's going to give Barboza the problem. He knocks him out in the first round because I called it. I even told O'Hara, I'm like, don't jump in. This dude can crack. And guess what? They stopped the fight a slight bit premature when he was about to get knocked out cold. Give me my credit. I fought smart.
Rolly, did you talk to Coach Salas, and he told me you came into boxing, you knocked everybody out, but he kicked you out of the gym. Why did he kick you out, and why did you go back there?
Salas is an incredible trainer. And I mean, at the time I was just, you know, just one of them wild people that just like, bro, I will fuck up your money. Like, especially like, bro, I'm not making, at that time I wasn't even pro yet. So I was like, 1, I'm not making you money, and 2, I'm fucking your money up.
Rolly, did you feel disrespected all week long with Ryan Garcia talking about this rematch right in front of you? And how much did that possibly motivate you?
I mean, they can have their rematch. Clearly, if they were talking about it over and over and over and over and over again, right? They already had it planned and lined up. Why am I going to get in the way of that? That has nothing to do with me. I'm a 3-division world champion now.
The first boxing round, so the second round, you dropped him. From that point on, you just put full throttle. You kept on going at him. Did you know you was going to win that fight from that point on?
I knew he wasn't going to throw no more damn punches, so I just had to keep going, you know. He was not going to take a single risk with me. He knows I can crack.
In Harlem, you was training at Mendes boxing gym. How'd you feel in Mendes?
Man, I want to give a huge shout out, man. They were over there. They turned the heater up on me. They watched me lose the last bit of weight and all that stuff, you know, and they treated me really nice.
Hey, Rolly, Jay with Sport Boxing TV official. So before the fight, a lot of fight fans asked you what you wanted, and you wanted to see until after the fight to divine respect. Now that it's over, what do you want? Who do you want next? And what is it?
I don't care what happens next right now. The only thing I care about is going on a nice vacation.
How about Miami?
Radio out here down front. What was the game plan going into this fight?
I'm not going to give you guys the hint into the secret to beating him.
Were you looking for that hook? Did you set that up intentionally, or is it
Well, he opens up every time he throws a hook, so you see he didn't throw no more hooks after that.
after you knocked him down?
He did not throw any more hooks after that, because that's his money punch.
Were you surprised at his lack of output? Did you think that you were going to get more fight out of Ryan Garcia tonight?
Everyone that fights me has a lack of output. Every single time they throw too many punches, they get cracked.
And lastly, you're very gracious about the rematch with Haney and Garcia, but what do you feel like you deserve, you've earned tonight, a payday for yourself, another title shot? What are you looking at?
I don't box for money. I box to be world champion, and I just did it 3 times.
Woo! You're looking for a fourth?
Of course.
Where do you see that coming?
We gotta see. Just be patient.
Rolly, I just wanted to ask you a question I had asked Ryan. You know, there was a lot made about like Tank Lamont's history going into that fight and what that outcome could be like based on. There was also a lot made about you and Ryan's history, you know, the sparring tape or whatever it was a big topic. How much do you think your history played into your victory tonight? And how well did you know Ryan? And was there anything that you were still like taking advantage of that you remember from the last time you guys were in the ring?
If me and Ryan had 0 history, he would have got knocked out cold. He knew better than to come at me throwing punches.
Probably you always been a guy that, you want to fight the best guys out there. For Ryan, for Tank, you want to fight the best guys. WBA did say that the winner of this fight would be in a position to fight John Harris, and he takes care of, anything with it. So if he wins, if that fight, you're just like, yeah, I want to fight him. He's probably the best guy at 147. Let's get it over.
There's a lot of fights, man, that can be made. But like I said, I haven't thought that far ahead. Every champion at 147 is in the mix. There's Brian Norman. There's Boots now, who has 2 belts, and I mean, I'm sure Barrios has a fight lined up already too, so we shall see.
Out of those 3, who do you think will give you the toughest fight?
All 3 of them are tough. Every single one of them. So, like I said, we shall see.
Any more questions, guys?
7 years ago, you predicted this fight. You said, I'll fight him in the future. It'll be one of the biggest fights in boxing history. How did you know?
Look, I'm gonna say this. I said that me and Ryan, we were both at 35, right? And everyone's like, oh, you guys gonna make the fight 35? I'm like, hell no. He's like, well, what about 140? I'm like, fuck that no-name division. So we went up to, and I said we were gonna make it at 147. It's gonna be the biggest fight in boxing history, and this is by far the most attended fight in boxing history.
How would you analyze Devin Haney's performance tonight?
Didn't he just run? I don't know, like, bro, like, I'm trying to warm up for a fight, bro. I don't need to be falling asleep.
Does this change your opinion of the rematch?
rematch between Haney and Garcia?
I don't care about their rematch. Why do you people keep bringing it up? I just don't care.
Just, Rolly, talk about this, the feeling of redemption. You know, Ryan mentioned that your shit hasn't been the same since Javante. You know, obviously a big fight with Javante, big fight with Pitbull didn't go your way, and now.
I mean, clearly both those fights, I was completely weight drained. Gervonta was completely weight drained. I'm sure you guys all saw me. And then at 140, my body clearly outgrew that weight division as well. When I was a 35-pounder, I should have been a 40-pounder. When I was a 40-pounder, I should have been a 47-pounder.
Rolly, JP Moreno, when the fight went to the cards, did you find yourself feeling very comfortable and confident in the outcome?
I mean, who was the one that was happy after the fight? And who was the one that looked all sad? Hey, honestly though, I mean, they fucked up the damn scorecards though. That was a shutout.
Oh yeah.
They really fucked up them damn scorecards. It was a shutout.
Rolly, before the fight, man, you and your crew was playing cards. Is that a tradition that you guys do?
Me and Abram, we always played this Vietnamese card game. There's a boba shop that we used to go to, right? And the owner was a Vietnamese, so he showed us how to play this Vietnamese card game called 13. And I mean, we've been playing it for years, you know?
Last question. Last question.
You were the lone PBC fighter today. Was there any added pressure to be, the sort of representative of that promotional company? Do you feel like you obviously represented them well, but being a lone PBC fighter today, how did that make you feel to be on that card?
I mean, PBC is my family. It's not even about boxing. They're my family, and that's where I feel like I'm at home. I didn't feel no pressure, because I know they're always going to set me for anything anyways.
You have a message for Ryan tonight?
Stay positive.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
You want me to make a statement?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, obviously it wasn't a good night for me. It was a pretty off night. Rolly's did what he does. There was a lot of good power shots, caught me in the second round. But just even in the start of the fight, it just didn't feel like my feet were under me, like I had anything. But I tried to fight through it, and just found myself very off after the year layoff. That whole year, it was a lot for me mentally, as you guys know. So the fact that I got here is, and I'm in the position I am, my mind is as clear as it is a victory for me, I would say. But I'm extremely disappointed in the way I fought, and it definitely isn't my best in any way. But thank you guys, and I want to thank my fans and everybody that stuck by me even though we took an L today, and the people that came to watch me. A lot of love is out there for me, and I think people know my heart and know that I'll be back and better than ever.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Just sort of your take on the whole scene. I'm wondering if maybe, had that been a full arena, maybe fans chanting, would it have done something different? Kind of seemed like a little quiet for what we were expecting.
Yeah, I didn't really, wasn't a fan of that at all. It felt like a sparring match, and it felt like you could hear everybody, and it just didn't feel authentic to me. But, no excuses. It is what it is.
All right, right here.
Saquon Jones from boxing works. You do probably less than 30 right hands the whole fight. Can you walk us through what the game plan was? Why did you not throw as many right hands the whole fight?
I mean, that's just part of just me not, being as sharp as I could be. I just didn't really throw anything, to be honest. I mean, I was just throwing jabs and moving around. I just didn't feel there, didn't feel there at all. And, it wasn't a part of our game plan at all. Derek had a great game plan. There was a lot of opportunities there, especially when Rolly's is going back. I just didn't let my hands go in any way, shape, or form. That was simple as that.
Devin Garcia with FightHype. Ryan, I just wanted to ask you, we just saw recently Teofimo fight, and they had history. Obviously, you and Rolly have had some history as we talk about the sparring, but do you think that any of that history played into tonight's outcome?
No, I just think that Rolly's is much better than people give him credit for, you know, and he has very strong hands, just solid in general, so you can't just, you know, walk in there and think he's just gonna get anything on him. He does hit hard, but I don't think the sparring played anything. I was just more of how this night played out, you know, it just wasn't my night.
Do you think you underestimated him at all?
No, I always knew that he was gonna be what he is. I feel like I fought the most dangerous fighter on the card. You know, anybody with that type of power is obviously somebody you gotta watch out for. But you know, I thought Rolly was gonna be Tank. You know, just think I just didn't do anything I should have done to that.
Rio Ryan down front. Do you feel now in this moment that a rematch with Rolly is more important than a rematch with Devin, or vice versa?
Oh man, that's a good question. You know, whatever the fans want. If they want me to, you know, run it back with Rollies, let's do it. If they want me to go straight for Devin, let's do it. You know, styles make fights. Yeah, I'm willing to fight any of them again.
You're commended for the way you conducted yourself in the build-up to this fight, so the outcome's a bit ironic. What do you feel like you need to change? Is it in the ring, outside the ring, to build up to whatever the next fight is?
Right. I think it's just both, combination of both. Throughout the camp, just couldn't get anything going. I felt for myself in training camp. Like I didn't feel like I had more conditioning or more energy or more sharpness. I just feel like I couldn't. Nothing was like, you know, progressing in any way, and I just felt weird and off. And I would mention it to Derek, and you know, we were just trying to figure it out, you know. But we only have 5 weeks together, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know why I can't get no, you know, I guess progressive, you know, sharpness coming into camp. Like I don't know why it's not picking up, but we still were confident. I mean, we still were training. It's just nothing clicked. Nothing was clicking.
Last one for me. You've been knocked down and gotten up before. Is this the hardest you've been hit at 147?
No. I feel like the most I ever been dazed was with Luke Campbell. I was actually dizzy with Luke Campbell getting up, but with Rollies I wasn't dizzy. I was just like, oh, there it goes again. All the cabinets again. But it doesn't really like, I don't really get like too out of it. Like I'm just like right there. Like it's always a flash knockdown for some reason. I get right back up. But he had potential to hit the hardest though. He definitely had some power on him.
Ryan, do you feel like maybe, you know, the ring rust and obviously the whole situation they're going through with Devin caused, you know, a little bit of like coming to the ring, worrying about that in the back of your mind?
It was just so weird because usually I once you step in the ring, everything fades away. This time I went into the ring and I could hear from everybody, Shakur, Richardson, everybody like just screaming stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know why I didn't zone it out. It was weird. Like it just felt like a weird fever dream just happened. It was just so awkward. Like I don't know why. Like usually fights don't feel that way. It just feels like you're in it and you're fighting. You don't hear nobody, nothing. So yeah, that was a little different for sure.
Just curious as to how you felt at the weight, and regardless of who you fight next, do you think you'll stay at welterweight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would stay at welterweight. You know, I felt I don't really feel too much different because, you know, I walk around like 160, so it's not really like too much of a difference for me. But today I didn't feel good at all, obviously. But as far as like, did I feel any different? I mean, just weight-wise, maybe a little slower. I don't know, maybe a little slower.
And if it's not a rematch with Devin or Rolly, would you consider Conor Benn, since he's also coming off a loss in the performance, and you guys are both very popular?
You know, like I said, whatever the fans want, man. I've always been open to fight anybody, so however the fans want it.
Okay, last
different spots.
Yep.
I have a question about, now, the walk entrance, you came up in the car. Now, the question is, where was the warm-up before the fight, getting into, you know what I mean? Was it at the hotel you guys warming up?
Yeah, it was at the hotel.
I mean, how long did it take from the hotel to get into the arena? I mean, to the arena,
Well,
to start where the fight was
It
at?
was kind of like, it really didn't make sense, because like one of our big concerns was going to ice him down, right?
Exactly.
Gonna cool him out. I talked to him about it. There's too much time in between us working out. You're supposed to stay fresh.
Yeah, you gotta be fresh, you gotta warm up.
I'm not saying that's the reason, I'm just saying that that's like they icing you out. It's too much. So yeah, I mean, well, you can go ahead and answer it, but I talked to him about it.
It was like
Even
30
before I
minutes.
said, we gotta get this, we gotta get it going, because he's loose.
I didn't know. I thought it was closer to the arena than, because I didn't really watch the entrances and how long it was taking. I was just kind of watching the fights, but I was like, damn, I'm in this Batmobile forever. It was like, and like the gas smelled crazy in that vehicle. I was just like, dang, it's taking forever. But I wouldn't say
Rolly
that.
put on an amazing fight. We all know that.
Yeah.
Both of you guys. I mean, he caught you right there in the second round.
Yeah.
Right, he was off, like you said. He was
Yeah.
off.
All right, please
Ryan,
step
you're
down.
pursuing 10-8, it's something very different. Do you feel like you have the motivation to pursue fighting at the elite level?
Of course, we all go through these moments. It's still a fresh wound. I just lost. I'm not gonna sound excited to go after anybody right now. And I had an extremely off night. I fought, in my eyes, horrible. So I'm not gonna be sounding any type of happy in any way.
Ryan, in the Devin Haney fight, it was, I don't know, off the script, maybe a little unprofessional, or crazy, whatever. So I was the best I've had. And now you're just like really calm and chill. And so, do you think you kind of need to go to like turn back up and my fight back a little bit, drinking?
Tequila helps you knock people out, right? I mean, that's funny, bro. Imagine just knock out tequila and start a brand. It's just, I gotta figure it out up here. Mentality, because there's times where I felt like I fought good and I wasn't acting like that, right? Just a lot of stuff I gotta figure out mentally, and then I'll get back to it, and you'll see that aggression come out. I just didn't have that, tonight. I just didn't have that aggression to go kill. You gotta have that in the ring. Just didn't have that tonight, so we'll figure it out.
Thank you, guys.
I love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for everything.
Do my job, my part, I know my position. I know that I still gotta work my way up, I still gotta work my way up, and that's part of it. It's the process. I just came to give everybody just my part of my performance, which was to take over. And, I think I did enough, and, I definitely, I think it was cool. It was cool.
The other two, air quotes, A sides on the pay-per-view side are probably going to get some criticism tonight. What did you think of their performance? I'm talking about Haney and Garcia, of course.
Well, I was in the back. I was like, I had to do my urine test and blood test, but other than that, I was watching bits here and there, Haney and Ramirez. It seemed like Haney was just moving a lot more than just throwing punches. So I think he's gonna continue to have that type of constructive criticism on him. But nevertheless, he knows how to win. He got the job done. And then for Rolly and Garcia, congratulations to Rolando Romero. He just won, big upset in Times Square. And I think that was great for himself. He said that he'd been feeling great at 147, and he showed that tonight.
Last one for me. I have to say you're the star of the night, for sure.
You think so?
That's what I've been telling him, man. This has got to stop already, man.
What's your conversation with His Excellency going to be like tonight or in the morning?
I don't know. I think that, it's just a good job. I just came here just to defend my titles, defend my titles and go out my way to the horizon. I'm excited, I'm happy. And to His Excellency, he did a great job with Times Square. Phenomenal job with New York. He definitely presented exactly everything he wanted to, and I hope everything turned out the way he liked it. You know.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you.
Teofimo, congratulations on your win tonight.
What's up, Keith?
How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Just another day.
How does Rolly winning the main event maybe change your options in the sense that now he's a player in 147 pounds? Talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to my team. It's up to everybody. You know, I think Rolly definitely still mentioned early in the press conference that he still wants to see Garcia and Haney fight regardless. And it's up to him, man. At this point, I claimed who I want to go after. That's Geronimo's boots. Many people would think I'm too small for that, you know. But it's not about who's the smallest. It's about who's the smartest
and the fastest.
And I think that I have all the tools to reclaim 3 divisions of a linear world title.
Have you gotten any sense from Geronimo's team that he's willing to fight you next? I know it was discussed earlier.
I mean, I have that champion mentality, as you can see here on the table. So I think if he's a champion like he says he is, and he got his first, Ring Magazine world title, I think that he's definitely looking forward to defending it. So yeah, I would hope so. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. KT Miranda, LatinoSports.com. Tio, you looked incredible in the ring this evening. Still at 140 pounds, you look like you had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself moving immediately to 147 pounds to challenge Boots? Or would you take an intermission fight at 147 pounds to see how the weight is on you?
Nah, I don't take breaks. I don't take the easy shortcuts. Nah, I go after everything. This is the takeover. If you say that you're the greatest, you go and you show it. So I think that definitely, it's up to everybody on that side. For me, I'm always down for a good showdown.
Okay, so if you can't get Boots in the ring immediately, is there anyone else at 147 pounds that you would immediately identify?
I haven't thought about that yet. I'm just focused on what I was promised, and we'll see from there. Would definitely like to just rely on my team on that too. So.
Tio, Jay with Sportbox TV official.
Yeah.
So you said you just want what you were promised, right? What is that? Was it Geronimo that you were promised?
Well, it's not like, so to speak, promise, but things that I was just told. You know what I'm saying? But things can always change.
You guys are gonna hear that in the early future.
Yeah, so I think there's plans for everybody, and obviously even like tonight, there was plans for what was gonna supposedly happen, and things changed for those fighters too, that, shared the ring with my, with all of us. So yeah, man, don't wanna really put words in His Excellency's mouth. However, it's just, these are game plans and things that we're trying to set the tone for the next generation that's coming up.
Okay, and hypothetically, if you can't get Geronimo on your next fight, Richards and Hitchens was interested in fighting you. There's something about those that you want. Is that something that you would like to bring to Brooklyn?
I mean, listen, anything is possible. He has a job to do against George Kambosos Jr. And defend his IBF world title. I have Keith Connolly here and Mike Borre. So they're doing they're doing a great job with me. They've helped me along like this whole journey, honestly, and my father. So I'm just gonna let them handle that with the paperwork and all that. Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. It's cool.
Tia, you seem to have embraced this whole fight week. How much do you enjoy being here in New York and showing out to your fans? And every day they had them at the centre, they packed it on the champion your neck. How much have you enjoyed that? And you want to come back here for your next fight?
I mean, I love New York, you know what I'm saying? And this was a historic night. There's nothing like fighting in the center of Times Square. I mean, this is something I could definitely tell my son, who's 3 years old right now, and then tell, his children, so that's something that no one can ever take away from me. I definitely love it. I love New York, not the taxes, but I love New York. Yeah.
Especially coming in with a cab,
Yeah,
that was the most important one. I don't know where they got the Batman thing from, but I think coming in a taxi cab, in one of the old school taxi cabs, was one of the best things that could have happened for him. I think they should have just left him up there in the roof, I mean, he would have stored up the crowd, it would have been crazy. But, you know, that's the way it is. They don't, you know, they don't allow us to do a couple of things, and so they're always on top of us. But like I tell my son, you know, it's better to just, you know, be strong and take everything and work hard for it than just be given. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big example right now with everything that's happening. These fighters are not taking things seriously. You know what I'm saying? They're getting all these things given to them, and they don't earn them. So this is what happens. You have to stay in the gym.
Being the only world title defense on the card and opening the card as a world champion, do you take that as in disrespect? Is that part of your statement tonight?
No, not at all. Not at all. I gave up on fighting the business. I'm gonna be honest. I gave up on it. I'm the greatest, honestly. I actually inspired a lot of these fighters that are now undisputed. I inspired a lot of them, women boxing as well. I think that I'm just one of those guys that had to, I'm the guy that's gonna take the whips and the lashes, and that's fine, you know, as long as it's paving a better way for the next generation. And I think that's what we're doing. You know, that's what I'm doing. That's why I told my father I could care less. You know, tonight was a great night, don't get me wrong, but just another win. Doesn't feel that,
you know, I always tell him, you know, being first is always good, because then you see the emotion of the crowd dying out, because we put up a great performance, and then all of a sudden,
I gotta say though,
you don't see nobody screaming.
I think this is why people don't understand greatness at its finest until it's gone. It's because of the amount of adversity and obstacles you have to endure going through this road. It's not easy. These I've earned them.
Nobody has this.
And no, but let me explain.
Nobody.
You know, and this is the thing, I'm learning to just be one with it, one with all of you guys. I know you guys have to put out there that I'm crazy and stuff, and that's fine. I am crazy. It's crazy to freaking fight in the center of Times Square amongst all of you, of course. However, this is what greatness is, seeing what you could do, and I'm just trying to inspire. Radio Raheem, I'm just trying to inspire now.
Exactly.
I think growing up now a little bit, you know, there's no need to battle something that is inevitable. So I just gotta find my path and my road. And that's why tonight, I am the best fighter of the night. However, congratulations to Rolly Romero and kudos to Devin Haney coming back, you know, from suing. You know?
Yeah, you know, we're doing things that nobody's doing, and everybody's just like, can't believe it. He's not even in his prime yet. I mean, he showed you a little bit of what he could do. You know, we need a lot of things to work on still.
Sure.
And, you know, two-time lineal champion at 25. Crawford just did it at 36. So, you know, I gotta say it, man. It's just the truth. And so we still have a lot to get to the sport, and we just want to be humble, you know? We just, you know, we don't...
Look, all of you guys are helping us, truthfully. You're not really hurting us no more. You're helping us. You're helping us to be okay with the hardships. It's okay. I didn't quit. My bad. God gave me the gift to do it better than everybody and look better than everybody. What do you want me to do? If you're mad at me, be mad at God, not me. He gave me it. I just didn't quit. So, you know.
Do you have any final words for Barboza and his team? I don't know. This was a fight over years in the making, and they seem to take it personal that they didn't get to fight for some years. Do you have any final words for them?
I mean, he wasn't ready. I mean, he probably didn't understand the question, but he wasn't ready. He didn't have lines for us to take, you know what I'm saying? He was looking for world champions, you know? He just won the intro, didn't he?
Yeah.
When he beat Claggett?
No,
Carroll. So he just won the interim, so then we said, okay, let's fight him, you know? 29-0, you know? And that all went real fast. So
no, he was 32-0. Now he's 32-1. We just dropped him down.
32-1. That's even better.
But It's okay, yeah. To Barboza, don't worry, man. You lost to the best, the greatest. I mean, it's not a problem. You're gonna be lifted still. See, if I lost to him, that's it. I'm jobless. I gotta go look for a job. Yo, I don't think I'm not kidding there either. I'm not fucking kidding. Like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, he's kidding.
No, like, fuck, no, I'm not.
He's kidding. That'll be alright.
Sports, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Haney says that Devin Haney is the youngest undisputed lightweight champion.
He looked horrible tonight, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
obviously, you know, you had the issue with the super champion and all that, but, you know, I told you before, I believe you were first two-time lineal undisputed champion. I mean, is that maybe something you want to clarify in the ring with him, things that you do
So, I'd say this. No. He is the youngest now. I was the first.
They did it with Canelo.
So, wait, hold up. I was the first youngest, and I was the first youngest. Not only that, but the first lightweight lightweight to do it in that division to become undisputed in the Fort Bell era. All they did was just copy and paste for Devin Haney to do it. No problem in that. Kudos to him. You know what I'm saying? It's just how do you perform afterwards? What is the aftermath? You know. See, I think of a champion as you got to take your losses like your wins and learn from them. And if you can't, then you know you can't go and just tell yourself that you're undefeated. You're gonna be fighting like how you fought Jose Ramirez the whole time. You don't believe in yourself. You can lie to everybody. You can lie to yourself, but when you're in that ring, the ring is gonna tell you everything you need to know. And that's boxing for you. But I could care less, man. Accolades anymore. I remember watching Kobe Bryant, and he won so many titles, so many championships, MVPs, all this, and he realized he's never gonna get his way. So I'm just taking one book from him, or at least a page, to learn that I just gotta inspire. See how many people I can affect in a good, positive light. Because I don't know, I pissed a lot of people off on my rise, and still am. It's pretty cool.
Jose with FightHype.com. You know, a lot of fans at ringside were talking about how humid it was and how weird it was to be out during the day. When you entered the ring, the sun was still out, when Ryan fought, the sun had set. So just physically, did it feel different in there with the humidity and just the sun being out during the fight?
No, man, you're a fighter. You gotta fight through all of it. I don't understand the whole idea of is the weather fine if it's not. I was hoping it was raining, you know? I wanted to have that type of intense battle with somebody, you know, where it's raining outdoors and it's quiet, or, you know, it's, you gotta prepare yourself for the worst, you know? You can't call yourself a fighter. I don't know, man. I really think, man, a lot of these fighters are pampered. I mean, to a lot of you guys, like, I was the guy that was supposed to fight and represent Team USA in the Olympics in 2016. I got jobbed. I got robbed from that. You know, I got stripped since the amateurs. It's been happening since forever, man. I think that it's never gonna end.
We're used to it.
I'm getting used to it. It's never gonna end. I'm happy, but the win is it's not the same.
It is the same because, you know, I told him, see, he was a little kid. I said, listen, man, you remember when you used to want to see Floyd, you went crazy when he held your hand and you started running and you just wanted to pursue your career and you just wanted to keep on boxing. That's what he's doing to a lot of these kids. And those are questions that you guys should be asking, you know? First of all, how we did the game plan, how we was able to stop Barboza from doing what he does to everybody else. You know, those are the questions that you guys should be asking. You're not asking that, you know? Because they're only asking you questions. They're not asking me questions, because I'm the trainer, and they're not asking Milton no questions, but he's the trainer. So you guys got to do your job better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
constructive criticism.
Listen, you guys, but I got to say the truth. How did we beat Barboza? And you know what? You're never going to find out.
Oh, you gotta love it, man. Dynamic duo. We got Milton LaCroix, right there sitting with you guys, and definitely someone that I started with. You know, he helped me a lot this camp as well, keeping me back to being smooth, slick, defense as well. You know, just all of those things, the jabs. We didn't stop. You know, I could have went 15 rounds with Barboza. I still want to push that, at least 13 rounds or something. You know, want to die in the ring one day. You know, so you know, but like no, because you die for what you love. I love what I love, man. I love boxing. Any more questions?
Theo, Crystal Boxing and Barbecue. So you had the performance of the night. Do you now feel like you should be the headliner every single time?
No, not at all. Nah, man.
We don't care about that.
I care about the more money. There you go. Give me more money.
Let me tell you something. You keep on pushing, and pushing. That will come.
Fight of the night. Give me 10 million more. There you go. You know that's all.
We wanted to fight to Terrence Crawford. Everybody laughing at us. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. Crawford and Shakur were cheerleading for Barboza the whole night. I was hearing them. And
I don't know about Clarissa Shields, man, because she was like trying to annoy me. And so, not annoy me, but
ignore you,
avoid me. You know what I'm saying? They just want him out the game. It's not gonna happen.
Everybody wants me out. Everybody's a clique. Everybody's a clique.
So everybody's a clique to try to take him out. It's not gonna happen. He's got the fastest hand in boxing, the best IQ. I mean, ain't nobody been seeing nothing like the way he moved tonight. You know, a Pernell Whitaker type of movement.
I was watching it this morning.
I mean, it was crazy.
I was watching Aaron Pryor this morning.
We gotta entertain the crowd. It's entertainment. I mean, that's what the little kids like to see. You know, like, you know, Mike Tyson. I mean, everybody liked his knockouts. You know, Pernell Whitaker. Everybody liked his slickness, the way he couldn't get hit. You know, so we just put all those things together and become a better fighter.
With this finance that I got for this fight, I think I'm gonna open a gym finally in South Florida. Not in Miami, because we respect Mateo and Boxar. Boxar gym is amazing and dope, but somewhere a little bit up north, like Fort Lauderdale. I think I'm gonna take my time and my talents to Fort Lauderdale and build my gym over there and have that, you know, have all these belts hung up, you know, in that gym and create a good avenue, and not just to make money, that's too simple, but to help others get off the streets, you know, and inspire them to know that they could do it too.
One thing I wanted to say, this would never be happening if it wasn't for Mike and Keith next to us.
Thank you.
I saw the vision. I told my son, I called him, I said, listen, what do you think about these guys? And he said, yeah, I think I like them. And here we are, you know. So we got to give a lot of props to them, a lot of props to his mother, because he wouldn't be here without her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my mom, I love my mother, man. I got to say, I love my mother.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's cool times. Yeah.
She never seen none of his fights. So, only on TV, you know. So, you know, I had to call her right after the fight because she goes great.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, any other questions?
Last words? Yeah, it's Kevin Garcia with FightHype, Theo. You know, and I kind of got in here late, but I wanted to ask you just, how do you feel about, you know, being the fighter who stole the show tonight? Devin and you know, Ryan, unfortunately. Devin got the win, but maybe not the way he wanted to, and Ryan obviously lost. So what do you think about being the guy who stole the show? Like you said, your fight would.
This is God's plan. He's doing it all for me. I'm just following it, you know. I'm grateful. I'm not gonna say that I'm not, you know, or I'm not gonna embrace it like it's not a big deal. But you guys should have already known this by now. It's cool. It's a cool time, cool event, man. It wasn't as big as I expected it to get, but it got bigger throughout the rounds and the night. So it was awesome.
One more thing before we leave. I just want to say, you know, say hi to Bob Arum, one of the greats.
Good job.
You know, we still love you, Bob. You know, give us a call.
Absolutely, we love you, Bob Arum. Thank you. Actually, you promoted many fights, tremendous fights. Your legacy will live on, just not without the buff. All right.
Yeah, just get rid of your team, except the matchmakers.
Saquon Jones with the boxing voice.
What's up, Saquon?
Great show tonight, too. It was a lot of commotion going on after the fight, and I didn't know if you got a chance to hear pigeons screaming at you from the outside of the room. Can you talk about how, if you heard it, first of all, or, you know, what do you think?
I heard it, but from down there, because that's where he belongs. You know what I'm saying? We stay on top. You know, these guys are still trying to, climb up that mountain. You know, but good luck for him against George Kambosos Jr. And may the best man win in Madison Square Garden at the theater. What is it? June 12th? June 17th? 14th? June 14th? I might attend. Who knows?
One more thing. I'm an older guy, so I'm not sure if you ever heard of Emmanuel Augustus.
Of course. The drunk master.
Did you take some of his moves out there?
We actually worked with him.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I used to watch him on ESPN. I swear you look just like him sometimes.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
He was always good with the heavyweights because of his jab. You know, keeping your straight, composure and just throwing that jab. That
No. The dance.
The dancing part.
Oh, okay. Right. That's to get the other guy out of his rhythm. And if you're slick like I am, you'll be able to do it. You know, I'm just trying to bring back. Yeah, you got it wrong. It's okay. It's okay, champ. It's okay.
I thought he was talking about the coach.
So at what point, you do that a lot in fights, like at what point in your fights do you have that confidence to, you still got to be cautious.
Yeah.
But you did with Josh Taylor, you did with a couple other guys. Like, what gives you that go ahead?
Rhythm.
When you know
the eyes never lie, Chico. The eyes don't lie. I always stare at them, and I can tell their confidence is going down every time because they just can't. It's different, and I'm only getting better. I think now is when I'm gonna start touching my prime. But 27. Damn. I got like 10 years in this. I got 10 more years.
Yeah, he's Hall of Fame already.
Yeah, my
future.
My time of making those money that these guys are making will come.
That's
I got
exactly
10
what
years.
I
I got 10
all the
years.
time. You know what I'm saying? Do it for the kids. Do it for everybody. For all you guys. For the fans. That's what we do it for.
This is my first post press conference. That's cool.
Wait, did you hear Terrence Crawford and Shakur giving?
Fuck those guys.
No, but did you hear them giving?
They both suck each other's. You know what?
Okay, all right. So I was just seeing.
I was hearing them cheerlead Barboza.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By the 7th, 8th round, they still quiet though. But they can't get at me. Why not?
Listen, they came especially.
Why
for
can't
this.
they get at me?
They came especially.
Why
for
can't?
us.
Why?
They came
What they
especially
scared
for
of?
us.
Losing to a Latino? What they scared of? Come on. What happened?
Listen, man, I told Terrence Crawford, I seen them legs, they already done, man.
But
I don't know.
And
I'm happy for the guy, because he's getting a good paycheck, and then he's on his way. But he's never going to fight a real champ, you know what I'm saying? Like my son. I mean, that Canelo fight is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. But other than that, thank you guys. Hopefully you guys get home safe and sound. Safe travels to each and every one of you. Thank you, and to all those watching, I hope you had a great time and a great night. Times Square Takeover did do his job, and thank you to His Excellency, to Sela, to Keith, to Mike, to all the promoters that played part in this. None of this would be possible. Yeah, His Excellency. Yeah. And, The Zone. Hey, The Zone.
The Zone.
Appreciate you, The Zone. Now, let me get some equity. Thank you.
Good night, guys. Have a good day.